YT fam, it's 90302 and I wanted to come to you really quickly and show you a couple of items that I picked up from my local Walgreens, Ulta, Mac Pro, and Real Techniques. But before I get started with any of that, I want to welcome everybody to my channel. What the heck is going on with this heat? Okay, it is like super hot. This heat wave does not seem to be letting up. The temperatures outside are just stifling. It is ridiculous. So I'm hoping that all my subscribers, I hope you guys are staying cool, that you are keeping your bodies well hydrated, because heat stroke is nothing to play with, and at the rate we're going, we don't seem like we're going to get a break in any of these temperatures anytime soon. Alright, so let me get started really quickly with everything that I picked up. The first thing I did was I had placed an order with Mac Pro. I had been trying to get this blush. I tried to get it when I went to the makeup show, but they did not have it because it was on back order. And the blush that I'm talking about is rhubarb, and that is how it's spelled. I will quickly show you what rhubarb looks like. It looks like this in the pan, and I will give you a swatch of that. So there is rhubarb swatched out on my finger, and there it is swatched out on my hand. It's a really gorgeous blush, and now that it is off of back order, I definitely went ahead and picked that up because it was rumored that it was going to be discontinued. So I don't know if that's true and if that's going to happen, but just in case it does, I now have it. Alright, the next thing I did was I had to stop in my local Ulta because I had to pick up some things for some people, and so while I was in there, I picked up another one of the Amazonian clay blushes, and this one that I got was in Glisten. And Glisten looks like this, and I will give you a swatch of that. So there is Glisten swatched out on my finger, and there it is swatched out on my hand. It's a really pretty blush, and I love these Amazonian clay blushes. I think I'm up to like 6 of them, and it is my hope to get each and every last one of them. The next thing I did was I stopped in my local Walgreens, and if you guys know, I really like Essie polishes. Well, Essie brought out a new line. There's 4 colors in the new line. I only picked up 3 of them, and the name of the new line is called Yo Gaga. Well, the first one I picked up is Yo Gaga, and Yo Gaga is a like really muted beige, a very work appropriate color, and so I picked this one up. It's just kind of like a great everyday polish for your nails. The next one that I picked up is the one that I have on my nails right now, and this one is called Marathon, and Marathon is a really pretty mauvey pink, and so I picked that one up. The next one that I picked up in the new line is called Boxer Shorts. And Boxer Shorts is a really pretty lavender color, and so I picked it up. I also picked up, while I was in there, I had been trying to find this one, and every time I went into my local Walgreens, it was always sold out. But the one I was trying to find also was Mojito Madness, and so there is Mojito Madness. And then the very last one that I picked up is another one that I picked up just for the everyday work appropriate nail, and this one is called Ballet Slippers. And Ballet Slippers is a very soft pale type of peachy pink color, and so I picked that one up. So those were the Essie polishes that I got. Also, while I was in my local Walgreens, I noticed that they had just put up a very big Sinful Color polish display, and this thing is huge. It has tons and tons of different colors. Some of them that I looked at looked like they were re-promotes, but the one that I picked up is called Pink Forever, and it looks like this. and my daughter had this on, and I really liked the color, so I grabbed that one. And then also I picked up one of the Sinful Color nail polish corrector pens, and it looks like this. So those were the items that I picked up from my local Walgreens. The next thing I did was I went to my local beauty supply store, and I had been hearing people talk about the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and that it was a really good concealer. And so I picked up two. I wasn't quite sure which was definitely my shade, and I'm still not sure that either are, but I am definitely looking forward to playing with these, and if I need a darker one I will go back and pick that up. But the one I picked up is, this first one is in Toffee, and I will give you a swatch of that. And it has this nice little brush applicator, so you just squeeze it and out comes your product. So there is Toffee. The next one that I picked up is, this one is in Fawn, and Fawn looks like this. So there is Fawn. So I am definitely going to play with these and see which one works better for me. And like I said, if worst comes to worst, I will go back to my beauty supply store and get a deeper shade, because they were only like $1.99. So those are the two things that I picked up from my local beauty supply store. Also, there was a young lady in the Mavens, and I think she pronounces her name Elia, and she had a makeup sale, and I was able to pick up this MAC eyeshadow in Purple Shower. And Purple Shower looks like this, and I will give you a swatch of that one. So there is Purple Shower swatched on my finger, and there it is swatched out on my hand. A really pretty purple. So I picked that up. So Elia, thank you very much for having that nice makeup sale in the room. Next thing I did was I stopped in my local Target. I had been noticing that e.l.f. had brought out a lot of new products, and I wanted to give a couple of them a try. And so the first thing that I picked up is the e.l.f. High Definition Powder, and this one is in the shimmer version. And you know how if you have the original HD powder, it comes in this really big case here. And so the shimmer powder, I took out the sifter and the powder puff. Looks like this. It has a slight pink undertone with some very finely milled glitter in it. And let's see if I can get it. And so there it is, kind of swatched out on my finger, and that's way more than I needed. I was trying to see if I could get the glitters to kind of pop up so you could kind of visually see them, and you might be able to see some of that when I move my hand back and forth. But I thought it was really pretty, that you could probably like just put a little on your décolleté. So we will see how well that works out for me. So I picked that up. Also, while I was in there, I picked up one of the mineral infused face powders. Face primers, excuse me. And so it comes in a package like this. It's kind of like this nice clear hard plastic. Has a nice little pump, and I will show you what that looks like. And so that is the consistency of the primer right there. Seems to be pretty lightweight, doesn't seem too sticky or oily or greasy feeling. And so that's it, kind of blended down on my hand. It seems like it's going to work pretty well. I haven't started playing with it yet as far as wearing it, so I will be doing that tomorrow, and eventually I will come back and tell you, what my thoughts are on that. Also, I picked up a couple more of the new e.l.f. Studio Baked eyeshadows, and this very first one that I picked up is called Dusk, and Dusk looks like this. It's kind of like a blue gray, and I will quickly give you a swatch of that. So there it is, swatched out on my finger, and there it is, swatched out on my arm. It's a really pretty color. e.l.f. did a really good job with these baked eyeshadows. This next one that I picked up is called Enchanting, and I will give you a swatch of that. Kind of like a peachy golden color. So there it is, swatched on my finger, and there it is, swatched out on my arm. And the very last eyeshadow that I picked up is called Bark, and Bark looks like this. And there's a swatch of Bark on my finger, and there it is, kind of swatched out on my arm. It's a nice pretty taupe-ish color, so definitely I feel like e.l.f. didn't do too bad with these baked eyeshadows. And then I picked up one more of the baked blushes, and I picked this blush up because I'd been watching Ladybug to Wish On, and she showed this blush, and it was one that I didn't pick up originally, but after watching her video I figured I should get this one, and this one's called Rich Rose, and it looks like this, and it was really pretty, so I said, okay, you know what, I'll go ahead and get that one. So there is Rich Rose swatched on my finger, and there it is, swatched out on my arm. Really gorgeous color, so I definitely went on ahead and picked up that one. Also, while I was in Target, e.l.f. has brought out 3 new brushes, and the very first one that I picked up is called the Small Stippling Brush, and it looks like this. That's it, head on. It is nice and dense, so I really like this brush. They're really soft. I hadn't had any shedding. I've washed them and I've used them. The only thing that I don't like is that as you hold on to them, the writing, it's not embossed into the handle. It's just kind of like just a little light stamp of the color. It starts to bleed off, so as you can see, I put a little clear nail polish on there to try to preserve the writing. But this small stippling brush is really nice. I think I like it better than I like my MAC 130, and there's my MAC 130 right there. So I really like this brush. The next one that I picked up is called the Angle Blush Brush, and it looks like this, just an angle blusher, really soft, so I picked that one up. But the one that I think I fell in love with is the Flawless Concealer Brush, and as you can see, the brush part has already pretty much wiped away, so I had to quickly put some nail polish on it. But this is what it looks like. Really great brush. It applies concealer really well, and you know how we apply our concealer under our eye and then we use our ring finger to kind of dab it in. Well, I didn't even have to do that because this brush is like super soft, and it does an awesome job of flawlessly blending down that concealer. So I'm probably going to get a backup of this brush because I really like that. So those were the little items that I picked up. It wasn't much. Hope you guys enjoyed, and like I said, it is super hot out there. Please make sure you're keeping yourself hydrated. I don't want to hear about any of my subscribers passing out in this unbearable heat out there. Alright guys, take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.